of all, I'll explain for 15-20 minutes what is AHP and how the AHP is useful. Whatever field you may be from structural engineering, geotechnical engineering, water resources engineering, transportation engineering, town planning, whatever it may be, whatever may be your area, this technique which I am going to explain you is applicable to all the areas, right? So at the name itself suggests multi-criteria decision making, right? So sometimes it happens that you have to do selection. For example, all the participants, please write down the name of car which you want to buy, or you write down the priority wise first, second and third, 3 or 4 name of cars which you want to buy. Participants, please write down the 4 name of cars which you like to buy, maybe in your notebook. Okay, so suppose if I will ask some participant, this is a hands-on session, so don't mind, I will be asking any one of you and you have to reply it, right? So Jiban Kumar, are you there? Jiban Kumar Nayak or Jivan Kumar it is. Jivan Kumar Nayak, are you there? Or he left? No, he's there. Jivan Kumar. I think. Chat then. Okay. Okay, Vishakha Agarwal. Vishakha. Vishakha Agarwal.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So will you please tell me any 4 name of cars which you like?
Okay, sir. Hyundai, Verna.
Hyundai, then Verna.
And then Amaze and Honda City.
Amaze and Honda City, right? So these are the 4 different cars you like. Okay. Now, yes. Vishakha, don't go away. Please be with me. Now, what are the factors? Let's say there are four brand you selected. Okay. Out of that, suppose you wanted to buy any one specific car. So what are the factors which come in your mind first to buy the car?
Okay. Mileage.
Mileage, fine.
Space.
Correct.
Safety features.
Pardon me?
Safety features.
Good.
And overall maintenance cost.
Okay, means you have a lot of money. You don't have any problem of budget, right? You can go for any of this car. You have no problem.
No, I need a car that has low maintenance costs.
Okay, so it has no maintenance cost. And what about initial cost, Vishakha?
5 to 8 lakhs.
Now you have come to the what you can say the cost also. Okay, yeah. So you can see here from this example that Vishakha have fund, Vishakha have clarity in mind, but in market more than one variety of car company and car models are available, right? So we have to help Vishakha to rank the various companies, right? Various companies, and then we go for a specific car. Or we can have number of cars, and out of that you wanted to select one where we have factors like we have said, the factors like cost, then factor like economy, then factor like safety, right? Again, as the cost go on increasing, right, you may subdivide the cost in, let's say, you want to buy on cash, you want to buy on EMI, you wanted to take private loan, you wanted to take loan from in-laws, right? So these are the options for finance also. So these are sub criteria. And if you will take the safety, then you will find that only the bags in front of the driver and in front of the person who is sitting in front of driver. There are no airbags on the back side. At the moment you add airbags on the back side, the cost of the car goes on increasing, right? She said the space is important to her. fine, when the space comes to space come in a picture, what will happen? The capacity, the sitting capacity, again that you have to either compromise or you have to what we can say adjust with the number of persons who will be sitting in a car. Suppose if you are trying to go for a space, but at the same time you have restriction on number of persons sitting in a car at a time. You have a good family, father, mother, right? Then two childrens, okay? Then some near relative, maybe maternal uncle or something, if you are staying with them also. So let's say, or father, mother, let's say, so family of 6 people, you feel that no, then I have to go for 6-seater, the 4-seater will not do. Then if you are going for 6-seater, then again there is a what we can say cost, increase in the cost, right? Then space, then safety, all this. So what happens at the end, that for the selection of car, there are so many brand available. In that also so many segments available. These so many segments have so many features, and you are having everything in your mind, but you are not able to decide that which specific brand of car and which car you will purchase, right? So for that purpose, this AHP is useful. Analytical, it's a multi-criteria decision making, what you can say, method. And this multi-criteria decision making approach, this is a useful, right, for deciding or finding out the what we can say when you are doing comparative analysis between competing alternatives. Listen carefully what I am saying, that you have to make decision between competing alternatives. Competing alternatives means in Visakha's case, four brand of cars which she wants to buy, right? So but these 4 are equally important. She likes these 4 cars and she has to choose one. That's why I'm saying that when you have competing alternatives, and out of that you wanted to select one alternative, then what we call it is that it is called multi-criteria decision making. And there are many methods which what you can say help for or decide the multi-criteria decision making, or help you in taking decision when there are multi-criterias. These criterias are competing, or the factors of these criterias are competing with each other. If you are giving more important to space, then the cost is going high. If you are giving more important to what you can say safety, then again the compromise in the space. So all these conflicting criterias are also there. So you have to take care of it also. So first of all, understand one thing, that we are not studying analytical hierarchy approach. That analytical hierarchy approach, AHP, is one of the tool for what? For decision making, right? And when this decision is required to take, so suppose there is a piece of pen lying on a table and you have to pick up a pen. No alternative, only one pen is lying on a table and you have to pick up one, that's all, no decision making. But suppose there are 10 brands of pen lying on a table and you have to take one, right? Then again that will be multi-criteria, and in that you have to take decision. So when you wanted to take decision, number of criterias are there for the selection, and these criterias are competitive, or these alternatives for choosing the specific thing is competing with each other. One of the method of selecting this is analytical hierarchy approach, or it is called as multi-criteria decision making. So as I said, this specific method is applicable to all branch of engineering, all branches of engineering, irrespective of what we can say civil, structural, geotechnical, etc., etc. Okay, so decision, this already I have explained, that correct decision you have to take. So I will not read these introductory slides which already I have explained you, right? But the MCDM, now I will use word MCDM. So MCDM is multi-criteria decision making problems. So MCDM problems can also be divided into 2 major classes with respect to the way the weights of the alternatives are determined. Number 1, compensatory. Number 2, outranking decision makings, right? Compensatory method means a rational decision making model in which choices are systematically evaluated on various criteria. Attractive attributes of an alternative can compensate for less attractive ones. A systematic decision making procedure has to be followed. A compensatory model, because a positive score on one attribute can outweigh a negative score on another attribute. So sometimes what happens if you give importance to space, in case of car example itself, if I am saying, then you have to compromise with the what you can say cost. So that is called as a compensatory model. That if you are selecting a positive score, one attribute which is having a positive score, automatically you are attributing to a less weight or negative weight to another alternative, right? So for example, a car may have a low price and good petrol mileage but slow acceleration. If the price is sufficiently inexpensive and petrol efficient, the consumer may then select it over a car with better acceleration that costs more petrol and more petrol, right? So this is an example that you need a car. Number one, it should be inexpensive. Number two, number three, it should be good acceleration, right? Not slow acceleration. So you know that some of the cars which you accelerate within few minutes, it have a very high speed. But if you do so, what will happen? You are compromising because it is using more petrol. So you are compromising with the cost. So if you are giving more weightage to price, then your acceleration component which you have kept in mind, that you are compromising, right? Or compensatory. So occasionally a decision will involve a non-compensatory strategy. For example, a parent may reject all soft drinks that contain artificial sweeteners. Other good features such as taste and low calories cannot overcome. So sometimes it may happen that some of the parameter you have to outrightly reject, even if there are some other parameters like taste and low calories in case of soft drink, because parents do not want to give soft drink to their children. This is an example of non-negotiable attributes. So there are attributes what we have seen. We have said that positive attributes which we are selecting, then its effect, that is compensatory attributes, and there are certain attributes which are known as non-negotiable attributes, right? So AHP and fuzzy logic decision making, FLDM, are two most popular examples of compensatory MCDM which are widely used to solve decision making problems and in various decision support system worldwide. So outranking decision making, in this model, one option is said to outrank another if it outperforms the other on enough criteria of sufficient importance, and is not outperformed by the other option in the sense of recording a significantly inferior performance on any one criteria. All options are then assessed in terms of the extent to which they exhibit sufficient outranking with respect to the full set of options being considered as measured against a pair of threshold parameters. Probably you have not followed this, what I have read, but I will explain this in my succeeding slides. Outranking decision making. So multiple criteria decision making refers to making decisions in the presence of multiple, usually conflicting criteria. MCDM can be classified into two categories: MODM, that is multiple objective decision making; MADM, that is multiple attribute decision making. And there are methods like multiple attribute decision making. There are methods like SAW, which is called simple additive weighing method; WPM, that is weighted product method; AHP, that is analytical hierarchy process; and TOPSIS. These are the methods which are used for what you can say the analysis of multiple attribute decision making. AHP is one of the most popular analytical technique. It is developed by Sate in 1980, right? And he has given the multi-objective method of comprehensive evaluation and network system theory, breaks down factors which have an important correlation with decision into the target criteria index layer, and then carries out quantitative and qualitative analysis on this basis. The AHP is a structured technique for organizing and analyzing complex decision making problems, right? So these are few papers which are published on what you can say analytical hierarchy process, which is having application in pharmacy. Now, what are the design steps of AHP? How AHP works? So in case of AHP, first you have to define problem. Like in case of Vishakha, we want to select a problem. If we want to select a car, develop hierarchical structure. So we have decided cost, appearance, safety, economy, right, etc. or a space. These are the four components we have find it out, and then develop pairwise comparison between matrix. Then we will compare these four elements we have considered. We will compare them among themselves, and finding out after comparing them, obtain response. This response can be obtained from the experts also. This response the Vishakha can have from his family members. So whatever number of family members or whatever person she want to ask about the comparison of this and get the responses, that is they obtain the response. After obtaining response or even each single response, you can verify for its consistency. After working out the consistency of it, and finding it correct, you can go for what you can say priority ranking, and by priority ranking you can go for best alternative to be selected, right? So these steps are described in detail. Setting up of the hierarchy. Yes, so this is my own paper in which we have identified, as it is title is identification and assigning weight of indicator influencing performance of municipal solid waste management using AHP. This is the example of Surat Municipal Solid Waste Management System. We have evaluated the Surat Solid Waste Management System in 2015, and the goal was, you will see that on the top it is written level 1, and then it is written level 2, and then it is written level 3. So what we have done, so evaluation of SWM system. So solid waste management system, if you want to evaluate, what are the parameters, main parameters or level 2 parameters, that is coverage, transportation, disposal, consumers and complaints, unit cost, outcome, then segregation, recovery, recycle, and environmental aspect. So these are the to evaluate SWM, which parameter we should think that we should evaluate. So these are level 2 are the parameters, right? That comes in mind when you want to evaluate SWM, solid waste management system of any city, right? In that, again, suppose if you want to take a transportation, so what do you mean by transportation? Which parameter you will consider in transportation? So then there is a what you can say vehicle deployed for transportation, average number of trips, then staff deployed, then attendance level of drivers, right? Because the staff vehicles are there, but there are no drivers, right? Then what to do? The vehicles may lie idle, right? Percentage of spare vehicles. Suppose when you are transporting the solid waste management from area A to area B, and you find that there is a failure of a truck, right? Then what to do? Then whether you have a spare vehicle for that or not. So these are the parameters which are to be considered for transportation head. So that comes as a sub criteria, that is level 3. So level 1 is your goal, level 2 is criteria, level 3 is sub criteria. If your problem is very complex, you can go for level 4, that is sub criteria, sub criteria. Then you can go for level 5, which is sub criteria. So like that, this is the way in which the hierarchical model is developed. This is the first stage, as I have said, that define the problem. So we have defined the problem. So this problem is defined, and then it is arranged in a hierarchical way. Then what is the next step? Relative importance matrix. Now these parameters we need to, what you can say, find weight of it. So to weight it, what you have to do, we have to find it out the relative importance of it. What SATE has given, the SATE has given 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 scale, and the definition of each scale is 1 is equal importance of I and J, 3 is moderate importance of I over J, 5 is strong importance of I over J, and 7 is very strong importance of I over J. 9 absolute importance of I over J. If you have not followed this, what I mean by equal importance, moderate importance, wait a minute. In next few slides it will be very clear. But you remember that relative importance is given as 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 numbers, and what this number means: equal importance, moderate importance, strong importance, very strong importance, and absolute importance over I over J. So relative normalization formalized weights are then you have to determine from the comparative matrix, and using that you have to check the consistency of weights which you have derived, and for that the formula is Ci is equal to lambda max minus m upon m minus 1, where the lambda max is the maximum eigenvalue that we are going to find out today for one specific example. Ci is the metric consistency index and m is the matrix size, where Ri is your random index. Cr is equal to Ci upon Ri, and Ri is random index, and this random index is given by Sati for attributes 3 by 3 matrix, 4 by 4 matrix, 5 by 5 matrix, 6 by 6 matrix. So depending upon what's the size of matrix, the value of Ri you have to select. Suppose the matrix is 5 by 5, then Ri value will be 1.11. And finding out that Ci upon Ri, you can find it out consistency ratio, and that consistency ratio should be less than that of the 10% for selection for the computation purpose of eigenvectors, right? And if it is more than that, then you have to revise your matrix. Okay, then comparison, as I said, for the weights, how to make the comparison between the pair matrix. Here you will see that John has 3 kinds of fruit to be compared, and he made subjective judgment on which fruit he likes best, like the following. So here is the person named John, and he has to have a comparison between 3 fruits which he likes. Then the 3 fruits you can keep like this. So this is the what you can say way in which the pairwise comparison is made, where 1, 3, 5, 7 and 9, this table which I have shown, like this table which I have shown 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, here you will find that the how you have to compare it. Okay, so we are comparing between apple and bananas. You just see that there are 3 fruits, and the matrix on the side it is written A, apple with apple comparison, apple with banana, and apple with cherry. Okay, so you will see there is a 1 in the center, and 3, 5, 7, 9 is towards apple, and 3, 5, 7, 9 is toward banana. Okay, so when you compare apple with banana, he has given 3 marks. That is 3, right? Means banana is important over apple. That's why we have given 1 upon 3 weightage. Just see here that apple and banana, when we have compared, the expert or the John has given choice of banana more compared to that of apple. So that's why we wrote in a banana column, apple and banana column 1 by 3. Okay, then apple and cherry, if you will see, then the John has given 5 weightage to apple. He likes apple more than that of cherry. Therefore, what we did when we compare apple and cherry, the weightage of 5 is given to apple. The first line is for apple. So apple, what we can say, there the weightage is given 5. Then now the third one is left is apple and cherry. So in case of apple and cherry, the weightage is given towards what you can say that apple and cherry, that is 5, that weight is given. Okay, so the diagonal matrix, when you see apple, banana, cherry, that will be 1, 1, 1, because it's a comparison of apple with apple, banana with banana, and a cherry with cherry. Okay, and the comparison between banana and apple and banana, if it is 1 upon 3, then banana and apple, it will be 3. So you just see the down matrix, the value is 3. If that is 1 upon 3, then banana and apple will be 3. Then apple and cherry is 5, so cherry and apple will be 1 upon 5. It's the inverse of it. So AJI equal to 1 upon AIJ. The formula which is written on the top, this is the basis of the AHP when you are comparing the alternatives. This is the way by which the alternatives are compared. And suppose you wanted to what we can say contact experts for their opinion for the weights, then you have to explain them how the weights be decided, and accordingly they will give the weights in their form. So this questionnaire survey will be prepared, and like this what we have written, not with the symbol but with 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, one side one parameter, another side another parameter, and then you have to ask the expert to give rank for it, that which one is more important, right? So accordingly he will give the marks, and based on that the matrix will be prepared. So this is one of the most important part of analytical hierarchy process. If you will do this, then only you can go ahead with the analytical hierarchy process. Of course, there are limitations of analytical hierarchy process. Very different alternatives cannot be compared. No constructive guidelines to the to structure the problem. It was found out that constructing hierarchy differently may yield significant differences in results. Right? When to aggregate the opinions, that is also an issue. Groups discussing the issue is better, but not always feasible. So better you make all the experts sit on one particular table, explain them and ask them to rank. This is also one of the way of doing multiple hierarchy, multi-criteria decision making process in AHP, that is called as Delphi technique. The Delphi technique can be used, and the people are called at one particular place and asked to fill the comparative matrix that will give yield in a better results. Rank reversal, rank changes when another alternative is added to the group. Suppose you take a prepared 6x6 matrix and two rows or two more alternatives are added or two more parameters are added, and if it becomes the matrix of higher order, then again you have to go for comparison. Those who want to solve the example, again I am repeating, please write down this particular bullet, because every time I cannot scroll back and show you this specific slide. Economical material utilization UR, die cost DC, stamping operational cost OC, required production rate PR, and job accuracy GA. So if you're done, then I'll go to the next slide. That is, this is their metal stamping, which you wanted to, the design of which is given, and how many alternatives are available for this. These are the 5 alternate or 6 alternate, A, B, C, D, E, and F. 6 alternatives are available. Out of that, you have to select any one alternative. The problem is these parameters are given. These are alternative strip layouts. These are alternative strip layouts. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Out of the 6, you wanted to rank them, that which one you wanted to select. For this, the parameters are given to you. This is a figure 2. This is not required to draw, but these are the 6 alternatives. Okay. Now this is data. That it is given that layout DC, that is die cost, OC, that is OC is what? Operational cost. What is it? OC, that is operational cost. Okay. Then prices per minute, and job, that is accuracy. Okay. So for layout A, that is UR, percentage. UR is what? Utilization of material, economic utilization of material. The economic utilization of material, if you want to make stamping layout A, it is 26%. The die cost for A is 25,000. Operation cost for A is 130 rupees, right? Price pieces per minute, how many production, that is PR, that is the production rate, pieces per minute. So 80 pieces per minute can be what you can say made. And what is the job accuracy? The job accuracy is 4. Right? So that is for layout A. Similarly, for layout B, what is that? Utilization of economical material 40%, die cost, that is 28,560 rupees, OC, operational cost 138, production rate, that is 120, and job accuracy, that is 3. Now These 5 parameters here also you see UR, that is economical utilization of material, DC die cost, and OC operating cost, P pieces per minute, that is production rate, and job accuracy. In this also few parameters are good if they are on higher side, and few parameters are good when they are in lower side. So that is written on the top. Beneficiary parameter number 1, economical utilization of material, that if that is on a higher side then it is better. Then pieces per minute production, that is also on a higher side, it is better. And job accuracy, if it is on higher side, it is better. While the non-beneficiary items, what are they? If they are lower, then it is better. So what is that? Die cost. So die cost, if it is lower, then it is better. And operational cost, if it is OC is lower, then it is better. Okay. So if you have understood this, then you will understand the mark, the colored mark which we have done over here. In case of B, 0.4, that is the highest in the column of UR percentage. Just see. So higher is better. Therefore, we have marked 0.4 as highest value in case of first column UR. Okay. Then second, that is DC. DC is what? Non-beneficiary. So lower is better. So you see the die cost is 32,663, that is highest, but we have marked the lowest cost, that is 25,000. Then operational cost, it is also lower the better. So out of all the cost of layout A, B, C, D, E, F, we have considered the lowest value, that is of 90. Then then pieces per minute, so that higher is better. Therefore, what we have done? We have done that the highest job value 150, that we have considered the better. And in job accuracy, higher is better. So we have marked it better, right? So all these values you write down in a table and draw a rectangle around 0.4, 25,000, 90, 150, and 4. Because the next step is you have to make a normalized matrix. And to make a normalized matrix, what you have to do, that you know very well. I'll explain you in the next slide. So this is data. Step 1 is your data. Step 1 is your data values. Please note down this. I give you a few minutes to note it down. Then I will go to the next table. When any one of you have done, you unmute yourself and say done, then I will change the slide. This is the data which is given for all the layouts. A, B, C, D, E, F are the layouts.
Sir, what is the value of JA for F?
Pardon me?
Okay, 2.
What is the value of?
Sir, I have done it.
Yes, you are.
JA for F.
Ma'am, I didn't follow you. Please tell me again. Repeat again.
I wanted to know the value of JA for F, but I have found it. Thank you.
Okay.
I have
Yes.
created the table. Yeah,
Okay,
I have done it.
Shall I change the slide?
Yeah, from my side, yes.
Okay, okay. So I hope that all of you have made this matrix. Now we will go to the step 2. So step 2 is your normalized matrix. So please 1 minute, I'll tell you, prepare in a step 2. Okay, I'll show you and then I will change it. Okay, now step 2, please don't write right now, please look at it, what is to be done in normalizing, right? In preparing B1 matrix, which is a normalized matrix, UR values, all the UR values, that is what were the UR values? 0.26. So 0.26 divided by 0.4. 0.26 divided by 0.4. 0.4 divided by 0.4. Then the next is, that is 0.33 divided by 0.4. 0.32 divided by 0.4. 0.31 divided by 0.4. 0.31 divided by 0.4. That will be my UR values, right? Normalized matrix values. Okay. Then for DC value, DC lower is the better. It's 25,000, 28,560. So what will you do for B? You will do 25,000 divided by 28,560 or 28,560 divided by 25,000. What will you do for normalization of matrix? For DC,
Divide by 25,000.
pardon me?
We will divide everything by 25,000, but then it will increase the value by 1 point something.
Yes, in for DC, all the values that will be divided by the higher values, right? So in case of DC, you just see 25,000 divided by 28,560. So that will be the for the column DC. Okay, like that you prepare normalized matrix, right, in your notebook. I will not show you this matrix to you. From this matrix you prepare yourself. So in this UR column, divide all the values by 0.4. In DC column, divide all the values, divide 25,000 by all the values. In OC, divide 90 by all the values. In PR, divide all the values by 150. And in J, divide all the values by 4. And prepare a normalized matrix. If you want me to repeat, I'll repeat again. In UR, divide all the values by 0.4. For DC, divide 25,000 by all the values, respective value. In OC, divide respective values 90 by all the respective values. In PR, divide respective values by 150. And in J, divide respective values by 4. That will develop a normalized matrix. You do it, then I will show you the answer. You do it in your notebook, then I will show you the answer. Done? Any one of you unmute and tell me done, then I will change the slide and you compare your values. If you're done, Unless you will not tell me you're done, I'll not come to know that whether you have worked out normalized matrix or not. So someone of you
Sir,
have to
wait,
unmute
please.
yourself.
Sir,
Someone of
wait, we are working on it.
you are working still?
Yes, sir, we are still working.
Okay, complete and then tell me done. So I'll change the slide then. Normalized value will always be less than 1. Always remember that thing. It will be never greater than 1.
Myself done. My side.
Okay, so you check your values. This is the normalized matrix B1. Please check your values and take up to 2 decimal point. Don't take up to 4, 5 decimal point as I have taken over here. Take up to 2 decimal points. It is more than enough. Please check your normalized matrix values. If it is not correct, you can correct it.
सर मेरा ए में यूआर में 0.68 आ रहा है, आपका 0.65 आ रहा है.
वो डिवाइड करके देख लो ना, जो आता होगा वो 26.26 divided by 0.4. Let me check 1 minute.
No, it's 0.65, correct one.
Correct है ना? Okay.
0.65 is correct.
Mostly it should be correct, but by chance if I have done some mistake. No, it's 0.65. It is correct. Okay. So this is first step. First step is to find out your normalized matrix. Now, third step. Third step is find out attributes based on weighted values. So this table A1, that table, as I have shown you the example of cherry, banana, apple and banana, like that, these 5 alternatives you have to compare and you have to give it to expert, and the expert has given weight for comparison of your matrix, right? Comparison of your alternatives. Like UR with UR, he has given 1 weightage. UR with DC, he has given 3 weightage. UR with OC, 5 weightage. UR with PR, 1 weightage. And UR with J, 1 weightage, right? And according to the weight given by expert, this specific matrix is prepared. Okay, A1. So for this example, you can take it as a data for this example. But if you are doing actual problem or trying to solve problem, then for this, as I have shown in the cherry banana problem, apple banana problem, you have to prepare a questionnaire where you have to compare the alternatives and give it to expert. That form you are required to give the expert. Expert will fill it and return it, right? Like that, you got say 50 forms. So for 50 forms, there are methods. Now I want to compute, because in 50 forms, the 50 experts have given this URDC weightage 3, some has given 5, some has given 1, third has given 7, etc. Okay, so for 50 weightage, there are various methods by which you can find it out URDC weightage for as a value 3 from those 50 forms. You can go for arithmetic mean method, you can go for geometric mean method. Means all those 50 forms analysis you have to do individually for each parameter, and from that you have to work out this value. this particular matrix, right? So this matrix which you see 5 by 5 matrix, this is prepared after interviewing 50 number of experts who know about die and stamping of die. They have given the weights. These 50 weights are evaluated using geometric mean method, and their final value has been kept in this specific table. So this specific table A1 is very, very significant for decision making problem. For example, for Vishakha's car, the 4 models were there: Hyundai, then what she said, second model, third model, and fourth model. So for these 4 model, 4 comparison, she can do with her family members, right? Consider that the Vishakha's family have around 25 members opinion she wants to take. So all 25 members will give weight to this particular what you can say matrix. Fill this particular matrix. So Vishakha will have 25 forms. These 25 forms Vishakha will analyze individually to find out what is the weight of URDC. How many of them have moderately important what you can say weight to URDC, how many of them have given UROC, that is strong important weightage 5, etc. So this specific matrix is developed after carrying out questionnaire survey, Delphi technique, group discussion, personal interviews, right, online surveys, etc., etc. So please note, if anybody is having in his or her research problem, then the most important step is to get these specific data from the experts, right? And the data can be collected from the expert in the form of questionnaire surveys, in the form of Delphi techniques, in the form of personal interviews, in the form of Google Forms, on online surveys, right? All these, or email, you send the form through email to number of respondents, and then respondents will reply to your what we can say, the comparative matrix. And after that also, the person who is doing this specific survey, he has to check that whether the expert has also given the weight appropriately or not, right? Sometimes the experts have not followed properly and he may give the wrong weights, right? So those particular, what you can say, the forms you have to discard. For example, I am doing rainfall runoff modeling, right? And I asked experts to give weight to rainfall and runoff, right? Rainfall with what we can say, in case of runoff, the rainfall is very important parameter, and the other factors which are affecting runoff are the slope of the terrain, the type of the imperviousness of the what you can say terrain, that will give you the what you can say, more runoff, less runoff, etc. And rainfall is also one of the parameter. Means for runoff, I asked compare runoff, rainfall. I asked to compare then rainfall and I have asked to compare the expert rainfall, and I asked to compare him the terrain slope to the expert, and the expert is giving the terrain slope more weightage than rainfall, then it will not do, right? Or it gives you more weightage to what you can say, what type of a vegetation is there than that of rainfall, then that is not correct. So you have to check, because rainfall is the important parameter for runoff modeling, right? And if somebody is giving less weight to rainfall, then what will happen? Your entire picture will be different. Your aim or objective of finding out the priority or deciding the ranking, alternative ranking, that will not be the correct. So this is your decision matrix. I have explained 3-4 times that this we have arrived after taking questionnaire survey, asking the experts, carrying out and analyzing the individual forms, right? If suppose if I have interviewed 50 people, so URDC comparison will have 50 values. These value, out of these 50 values, you have to select one value. To select one value, either you go for arithmetic mean method or you go for geometric mean method, and using that geometric mean method, you have to finally work out the URDC values. So once this table is ready, that is table A1. So now go to, I hope that all of you have copied this table A1. So I will go to the step 4. Now step 4 is that A2 is the weights. Now how these weights are required to be find out? So for UR it is shown over here 13511 raised to 1 by 5. So just see here UR line, horizontal line of UR, you just see what is that? 1 3 5 1 1. How many are there? 1 2 3 4 5 parameters. So you multiplied and raised to you done 1 by 5. So that is the UR value, right? So UR value is 1.71812. Similarly, you do it for DC, OC, PR and JA. Do it yourself. This is the matrix. All the matrix, you multiply those value raised to 1 by 5. That is your next values. That is your next value, step 4 values. Do it that. Like UR, I have find it out. You find it out for all the values of DC, OC, PR and JA. Do it yourself.
Repeat again.
UR 13511. Horizontal line you see. 13511. Multiply all. And how many are there? 5 are there. So raised to 1 by 5. That is UR value. Similarly for DC, 1 upon 3 into 1 into 3 into 1 upon 3 into 1 upon 3 raised to 1 by 5. That is DC value. Like that, you will get these values, right? UR, DC, OC, PR and JA. Then you sum up that. That sum is given as 6.106388. Then what to do? To find out A2 matrix, you have to divide 1.718772 divided by the sum. That will give you 0.28147. Similarly, 0.644 divided by 6.10, that will give you 0.105. So prepare first left hand side table UR, DC, UR, PR, JA and sum of it, and then prepare A2 table where the UR value divided by sum, DC value divided by sum, OC value divided by sum, PR value divided by sum. That will give you A2 matrix. That gives you A2 matrix. Y raised to 5 is taken, so reason for that is also given, that the matrix is 5 by 5 size, so 5 is raised to 1 upon n, so 1 upon n is 1 upon 5. If you do up to A2 matrix, then say done. So I will change the slide then. We'll go for the next step. If you have done these, then unmute yourself and someone of you tell me done, then I will go to the next slide.
Sir, I want to ask a basic question.
Yeah.
sir, to calculate the power 1/5, we have to use the logarithm.
No, why 1 by raised to 1 by 5? Na? Simple one. 1, 3 multiply raised to 1 by 5. 1 by n. The formula is 1 by n. This what we are doing is the process of finding out eigenvalues. So this is the step of finding out eigenvalues, from which we will get the vector, from which we will get the weights. This is a process of finding out eigenvalues.
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, that 1 by 5. 5 is the number of parameters we have chosen.
5 by 5 matrix, na? Our is 5 by 5 matrix. 5 parameters.
Yeah. Suppose we have taken 7, 8, then 1 by 7 or 1 by 8 will come.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Do sum and find out A2 matrix. So A2 is the weights. If you are done, then I will change the slide. We'll go to the next step.
Yes, sir, done.
Okay, so A2 matrix is ready now. Now we have to go to the next step. So step 5 is A1 into A2. So what is your A1? This is the A2 is this side, right side matrix. And what is A1? A1 was this matrix. Means you have to do matrix multiplication of A1 and A2 matrix. A1 and A2 matrix. How will you do it? Just see here that A3 is 1 into the weight of UR, then 3 into the weight of DC, then 5 into the weight of OC, then 1 into the weight of PR, that is 0.28, then 1 into the weight of J, 0.28. So that will give me the A3 matrix, which is written in the bottom also. The A3 is equal to 1 into this, 3 in the values of horizontal line of A1, horizontal line of A1 multiplied by the matrix A2. Again, I repeat, values of horizontal lines of A1 multiplied by the weights of A2. That will give you the matrix A3. So A1 into A2, that will give you A3. A2, this is A1. So horizontal lines of A1 multiplied by column of A2, right? So that A1 into A2 will give you your A3 matrix.
Okay, sir.
So once you got A3 matrix, then A4 is equal to A3 divided by A2. Means A3 is 1.411 and A2 is your 0.2817, 1473. That will give me the A4 matrix. Once you have prepared A3 matrix, then A4 matrix you can prepare by A3 divided by A2. This step we are following the weights which we have determined, that is A2 weights. A2 are weights. So these weights which we have find it out whether these weights are correct or wrong. So to check that, we are following the step number 5, which is called as check for weights by consistency index. Step 5 is the check. Step 4 is your answer, that is for weights. Then find out lambda max. So what is lambda max? Summation of matrix A4, that is 25.20869 divided by size of matrix n. So sum of A4 divided by 5, that will give you lambda max. And the consistency index, that is lambda max minus m upon m minus 1. Consistency index, the formula is lambda max minus m upon m minus 1. So m is my 5. Matrix size is 5. So do all the calculation for step 5 till consistency index CI. So if you have done this, then say done. So I'll go to the next slide, that is consistency ratio. So once you find it out consistency index, we have to find it out consistency ratio, that is CI upon RI. And the RI value for M is equal to 5, that you have to take from Sartes matrix or Sartes table which he has given us.
Sir, sum should be 25.2086889. One more digit should be there.
Okay, no issue. You please do it yours. Whatever sums comes out, that you use. Lambda max you find out then. 1 or 2 digit error, if any 1 or 2 digit error is there, then you please check it yourself. 1 digit in totaling, I think he has missed 1 digit in between. If you do this, step 5, then say done. So I'll go to the next slide.
Done, sir.
Up to CI, consistency index.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now we have to find it out, consistency ratio. So consistency ratio is value of CI divided by RI. So I for 5 is 1.11. So when I have done this, I got value of 0.0094, which should be less than 0.1. As per SATI, this ratio should be less than 0.1, or in other words, it is 10%. Right? So it should be, this consistency index should be less than 10% or 0.1. So ours is 0.0094. Therefore, the weights which we have derived, that is correct. Check for weights by
From
consistency.
where we have got this RI?
RI is the random index given by SATI.
Okay.
Who has developed AHP? The developer of AHP has given this table, that if 3 by 3 matrix is there, then RI value is 0.52. If 4 by 4 matrix, RI value is 0.89. If 5 by 5 matrix, RI value is 1.11, and so on. So when step 5 is over, now we will go for ranking. So in case of step 6, you have to multiply matrix B1 and A2. Matrix B1 and A2. For A, the calculations I have shown below, right? That is 0.65.
एक बार पिछली स्लाइड पे जाएंगे.
Pardon me?
एक बार पिछली स्लाइड दिखाएंगे प्लीज.
अच्छा.
Previous slide.
Yeah, please. CR is equal to CI upon RI.
Thank you, sir. You may continue.
Okay. So when you want to rank now, so for ranking you have to multiply B1 and A2. A2 is your weights. This A2 matrix in step 4, which we have worked out, that is the weight of respective factor. And your B1 matrix is this. It's B1 into A2, no? Yes, B1 into A2. So B1 is your normalized matrix. B1 is your normalized matrix, which you have worked out. That B1 means, here we are doing simply one thing. Whatever is for A, whatever is your normalized value into its weight, that will give you score. Again I repeat, for layout A, you want to find out its score. So for that, what he will do, the normalized value of that parameters of A into its weight, that will give you score of A. Similarly, normalized value of parameter for B into its weights, right, respective weight, then that will give you the rank for B. And like that, the ranking has been worked out, that is given over here. For A, the value is 754729725. For B, C, D, E, and F. So you have to multiply weights with its normalized value. So you got the weights in step 4 itself. Just see here, you got the weights in step 4 itself. But whatever weights you got in step 4, right, whether those weights are correct or not, for that we have carried out step 5. So step 5 and step 6 is the check whether the weights which we have derived are correct or not. Once the ratio comes less than 0.1, then we go for ranking of it. And the ranking, how it is done? It is done the normalized matrix into its weight. So B1 into A2, that will give you the value of rank value for all the layout A, B, C, D, E, and F. And accordingly, the one who has highest value, that will be preferred first. So that is C, B, A, D, F, and E. That will give you the rank of choice or choice rank for the stamping, metal stamping strip. So if you have done, then say done, then I'll go ahead.
Sir, in this, the first 3 positions are occupied by the layouts which have at least one value as a optimized value.
I didn't get you. What you are saying?
सर जैसे पहली 3 पोजीशन सी, बी और ए ने ली हैं,
हाँ,
तो सी में हमारे पास 2 वैल्यूज थी 90 और 150 जो ओसी और पीआर के लिए ऑप्टिमाइज थी.
अच्छा.
ऐसे ही डी के लिए एक
मैम,
वैल्यू थी हमारे पास वीआर की जो ऑप्टिमाइज थी, और ए के लिए 2 वैल्यूज थी डीसी और जे की, और डी और ई और एफ के लिए कोई भी वैल्यू नहीं थी जो ऑप्टिमाइज थी. So they occupied the last positions.
Ma'am, what you are doing, you are trying to do the data analysis, right?
Yeah, I am comparing with it with the last matrix with the first one.
That's what I am saying, ma'am. Here it's only 5 data, but as I said that if you have collected like the example which I have shown for SWM, solid waste management problem, गोल 1, गोल 2 7 पैरामीटर्स थे और गोल 3 में हर एक के 7 पैरामीटर्स थे, तो आप कहाँ डेटा कंपेयर करने जाओगे? मैम, आर यू गेटिंग मी?
Yeah, very true, very true.
This is only for making you understand how the AHP works. Okay, how you are working. I explain you that in field there are lots of variables, and for all variables to judge them by selecting any one or any two, it becomes very difficult. So this is the end of the example which I have shown you, right? And I have wrote my email address also. So if any one of you is interested in working on this specific problem in any of the area, and if you come across any problem, you can mail me. Okay, but still I have not done. Please wait.
Sir, understood very well. Thank you so much.
No, I have not done. Wait.
No. Till this step, it is so nicely understood.
That's great, madam. Thank you. But still, I have not done. Now, as I have spared 1.5 hours, approximately 1 hour 15 minutes or so, I wanted to know how many of you have done problem. Please write yes in chat. Please write yes in chat. Those who have solved the problem along with me, please type chat in chat yes. Let me count how many yes I see. Three yes, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yes, you can raise hand also, no problem. Hey, raise hand so that if you are not typing yes, you cannot type. If you are not able to type yes, you can raise hand too. So I see approximately, or still people are typing yes. Count will be calculated automatically. Okay, by raising hand. Is it so? Oh yes, by raising hands. Acha, if you raise hand, the count will be calculated automatically. That's what the sir is saying. Okay, so many of you are approximately, I see 20, 30 participants have done. Vipin sir, what you do, you note down the name of these participants, because next few minutes I'm going to show you something, right? Please only to hope my screen is visible. Hello. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So those who have solved the problem, for them, this is a gift from my side. You can take it from Vipin sir. This is a software. Since last 1 hour, whatever we were doing, whatever we have calculated, that you can do in a moment. How? Just see here. If you can see my that screen, you will see here bottom line, bottom of Excel sheet. It is written summary, then it is written input, then it is written multiple input, then it is written 3x3 matrix, then it is 4x4 matrix, then it is 5x5 matrix, then it is 6x6 matrix, then it is 7x7 matrix, and then it is 8x8 matrix. Okay, so these weights which we have worked out, that you can compute using this Excel sheet directly. How? Just see the criteria weights which we have worked out in our example, right? That was table A2, I think. That is 28%, 10%, 5%, 28%, and 28%. This is the answer. And the consistency ratio, you see here, it is 0.8%. That is 0.009. The value of CR which you got, no, that value is here 0.8%. Okay, these weights are computed directly. How they have to compute? So yours is 5x5 matrix. So in case of 5 by 5 matrix, this is if you will see on the right hand side of this Excel sheet, I have reproduced the table which we have got from the experts 13511. So that values you have to input in this 5 by 5 matrix. I have clicked on 5 by 5 matrix, and there you have to input these values 13511, right? 1 by 3 1 3 1 3 1 3, 1 by 5 1, only the blue ones, right? The dark ones will automatically be taken care of. And after how many iteration he got these values, that is also given here. Normalized principal eigenvector, first iteration he got this value, and fifth iteration he got these values. This is the principal eigenvalue, and 0.8% is the consistency. Okay, so this way you can compute the weights directly, and you can check the consistency of it, right? Can anybody tell which step you are required to do yourself? Unmute yourself and tell me. This is step number which one? This particular calculation which I have shown, it is which step? Which step in my PPTs? Hello? Am I audible? Yeah, please tell me which step I have shown you as in AHP software. Let
Only
me show
step
you.
3 has to be done by us only.
4.
Step most probably.
Step 4.
Calculation step 4 is your weights. Okay, and after
step 3?
right, so step 4 and step 5, all thing you can do directly with the help of software, and you will get these weights directly. This is the last step, no, where we find out the rank. So that you have to do yourself, that is B1 into weights. But this software is useful for computing weights, AHP weights. Okay, so this software, I will give those who wrote yes in the chat, right? I will ask Vipin sir to note down their name, and only those who have done the calculations, Vipin sir, give them the software. Others, you don't give.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
How to use the software? How to install and use the software?
No, it's a very simple. It's a Excel sheet only. No need to install. It's a simple Excel sheet. You see here. Can you see the screen?
Sir.
Yeah. So here
Sir,
you see
is there
that.
any direct instruction for this? Any
Yes.
direct instruction for this?
It is given inside only given. With the software itself, it is given. Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you,
This
So you have
thing,
programmed
normal
this?
Excel, we won't get the summary and input, all these things, we won't get it, no, sir?
one by one, because I am getting 2-3 questions together. One at a time. Please, one. Anyone you ask.
Yeah. Just now you said that it's a simple Excel sheet.
Excel sheet. Yeah.
But
Yes.
you are getting all the options over there, no, sir? All summary and everything. We won't get it in normal Excel sheet.
Yes, it's a normal Excel sheet framed for AHP. The formulas are made for AHP. It's a normal Excel sheet, 3 by 3 matrix, 4 by 4 matrix, 5 by 5 matrix, 6 by 6, 7 by 7, and up to 8 by 8. You can work out weights. So please remember, it is for weights. The score you have to multiply weights with the normalized vector, and that score you have to find out yourself. But you can find out weights from it. Okay.
Sir,
Yes.
have you added some macros in it?
Pardon me?
Have you added some macros, or there are inbuilt Excel functions that you have used?
Macros we have used.
Okay.
Also, okay. So Mr. Sabdar Tanvir is saying wind up, please. It's what we can say, getting late. So if anybody have any another query, please email me. Okay. So I end this discussion here. Vipin sir, thank you very much. Okay, thank you, Vipin sir. I am leaving the meeting. Okay, anyone, if you have any problem or you can write me on a mail. I have already given my email ID, or you can ask Vipin sir. Thank you very much once again.